Wonder why my computer or why my webcam, the other one, trying to do. Well, that's just a bunch of malarkey. Because it even has my webcam on here. Huh. Well, guys, I got to figure out why that's not. If I need a mini HDMI, if anybody knows why, why am I, trying to get my camera, my Canon camera to use and work for my webcam, which it had before, but if anybody knows how to get your webcam to pop up, it just popped up for a second. It worked, but now it's not working. What's up, Tamara? Now the reason why I'm doing this. Hello, Veronica. We got sad news here. I wanted to wait a little bit just to see who shows up, which I know I'm doing it late, but I wanted to do a video. Kind of mad I can't get my Canon camera to pop up for. It even had Canon as my default for the picture or the video, and I don't get why. Can you guys hear me okay too? Let me know if you guys can hear me and it's all good. I'll just turn the dang camera off. I'm kind of mad about that. It would have been an awesome video, awesome footage at least, if I could have got the darn thing to pop up, but it didn't, and it won't. Let's try this side, guys. Maybe it's the input sometimes is. But let me know, is the volume okay? Let me see. Probably because I'm all up close to the. See, my damn camera thing pops up, but it doesn't let me use it.
Hey, babe.
What?
I think we're ready to peel tape off.
All right, well, I'm doing this, so you're going to have to wait.
Can I just peel it off?
Just wait. Hold on.
We don't lie.
Yeah.
That's going to be a while.
But, okay, well, since I got who I got in here. All right, go. So, as you guys know, Lindsey, who's been coming with me, today was real sick. And I guess this morning he went to work, and we all knew it was getting close that time. But I guess Lindsey's dad passed away this morning. They brought in hospice care. And today was first day with hospice, first day with like keeping him on morphine and stuff like that. And the guy was bad. He was really bad. And what's sad is I knew his dad first. I worked with him, and then he brought his dad or his kid in to work. And then, me and Lindsey got close, and poof, we became friends, and, we kind of like doing the same stuff, like risky, going out in creepy places. So he started coming along, and that's how, we became friends. And his dad was the biggest, watched all of our stuff at night and all that stuff, and passed away this morning. Poor guy. Like, I feel so bad for Lindsey right now. But on a different kind of note, just not long before, from what Lindsey said, not long before his dad passed, he said that, if anything ever happened to him, that he was going to come find out where we are, if wherever he is in heaven or whatever. He's going to find out where we are, and he's going to come tag along and scare the crap out of me, jump out, because he knows how, I guess I'm more scared than everybody else. But I I guess if you guys could jump over to Lindsey's channel, it's in some of my links. I'm pretty sure it's in my last video link that I just posted the video up of the orphanage. So please go on there and, message him and tell him, prayers are with you and we're sorry and stuff like that. Because the poor guy's going to need it. Like, or you sub to him, there you go. Click over to him and just give him some encouraging, thoughtful words, because that boy's going to be going through it. I know it. I couldn't even imagine, what he's going through. So we just sucks because we lost, like I said, we lost one of our biggest fans today, and he was a good man. But if whoever sees this, even not now, even if anybody else watches this video, please jump over. Lindsey's dad just passed away. His dad passed away this morning. His dad had cancer. He had it really bad. He first started complaining about, what was it? His lungs are just waking up and being real sore right there and stuff like that. And then he's noticing like he was getting real dizzy all the time and just really weird. And he just thought summertime and working and all that. And then come to find out, first they found tumors in his lungs. And while they're figuring out what to do with his lungs, they did an MRI or a CAT scan or whatever, and come to find out he had a brain tumor. And then started doing treatments, did a gamma knife, and the gamma knife, supposedly from what I took it, got rid of the brain tumor or shrunk it or something. But then he had a lot of clusters in his lungs, and they started tackling that and got rid of a good bit. And then he still had a little bit more, and they still were doing more treatments, but he started talking about having weird pains in his legs going numb. And of course, the town we live in, sometimes the hospital can be crappy, and they wouldn't check him because they didn't have the greatest assurance or something. So they kept like, oh, no, you don't need no other CAT scan. You don't need another CAT scan. Well, finally, Hershey was like, no, we're giving you a CAT scan. We don't care what, your hospital says. So they gave him another CAT scan, and come to find out he had tumors on his spine. So then, no, not clots, but tumors. I don't know if they were clots, but I just know that I think he said tumors. He had tumors in his lungs, tumors on his brain, tumor on his spine. So after this last treatment, it really took it out of him, and I could even tell. And, he told me this right beforehand, thank you, and, for being a good friend to his son. Yeah, Leroy was young-ish. Maybe 40s or 50s, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he wasn't that old. Awesome, man. God, it sucks. Like I said, it's always the good people that, something happens to. And he was a good man. He told me some life lessons, and telling you what, I would have left my job if it wasn't for him. Like, he talked me out and talked me into thinking differently. But he was a good man. So if anybody, jump over to Lindsey's channel, just say, sorry to hear about your dad. I hope he don't get mad about watching this. I doubt he'll jump on if he sees me, but he's upset because he was at work and he didn't get a chance to officially say his goodbyes. He did say he got to see him after work because he was in hospice at his house, and they didn't take him yet when he got home. So, he got to hug him and say, love him and sorry and all that. So please go over and just say, sorry. I hate cancer. If cancer was a person, I'd punch it square in the dick. I swear to goodness I would. Right in the nuts. I can't stand it. It took my grandparents. My wife's mom has it. So cancer sucks. So if anybody else has lost somebody to cancer, sorry. It sucks. I effing hate cancer. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to do the live. I don't know. Yeah, he was suffering for a while. Yeah, he was. So, and actually, I can't say he was suffering for a while. He was suffering, obviously, but he didn't have it long. It took him quick. Like, it really did. And I think it was the chemo. I think that they said the last treatment he got, they were supposed to do a second dose or second round, and they had to stop because they said it took so many different cell counts out that were so low, and it really took it out of him. Like the last time I saw him, because he was starting to do good. Oh, my camera shut off. I was wondering what that noise was, but my camera jumped off. Lindsey's dad, Shandy. Lindsey's dad passed away this morning. Cancer finally took him. So, but yeah, just give him a encouraging word. Just tell him I'm sorry, and because he's a good kid. He really is. He's a good kid. Like, he could be a turd. And he's young. I mean, Lindsey's, considering my age and Lindsey's age, usually 40-year-old guys, almost 40, don't hang out with 19-year-old. So, or no, he's 20 now. He turned 20. But he's a mature kid, good kid, got a good head on his shoulders. So, but yeah, guys, just tell his dad or tell him whatever. But some cool stuff coming up. I got some new things coming for the channel. Bought some cool temperature type gauges. I figured change up. Whoever rewatches this will see this, but at least change the note. Don't make it all sad and all that, even though it's pretty crappy. I'm going to go over and see him tomorrow and, hang out for a minute to see how he is. I figured give him a day to, I guess, try to process the stuff, I guess. But, yeah, I bought a cool temperature type thing where it changes colors if the temperature drops, turns red if it goes up. I think that's pretty cool. Got it from someplace in the UK. I got to wait for it. And if it ever ships, I bought a camera gimbal. So now when I am walking, even phone or my camera, now it won't be bouncing around. It'll be a lot more steady. So hopefully it works. It says it works for my camera. I've read a lot of reviews and a lot of people like 50-50 on it. Some people are like, it works great, but I think they kind of do filming some type. So they might know how to use it. I have trouble. Like, look, I had my camera to work as a webcam before when I first got it. And I can't remember if I used an HDMI cord. Oh, yeah. Especially my last live I did in the woods. I'm trying to run and keep the camera still. And I wanted to keep you guys on there in case I got attacked by a bear. And I found out, guys, it's bullcrap to say if bears hibernate all year in the winter. No, they don't. They sleep for a while, a week or two, 4 days, whatever. Get up, go eat, whatever like that. Their body shuts down and slows them down a lot. So they don't have to keep, sleeping for 5-6 hours, get up, go eat, stuff like that. It just slows down a lot more during the winter and they are able to sleep longer so they don't burn up a lot of energy. But they're awake. Because I just saw a picture not long ago, a guy, it was just 2 weeks ago, a guy was in someplace, I don't know where he was, West Virginia. And he was in like a little cave, coal cracker or something like that. I guess it's where they maybe smelted metal or something back in the Civil War era. But there's tunnels underneath there. And it's probably maybe, I don't know, ducking, like you're crouched down. The bear, he saw a bear and it was in there. He took pictures. It was wide awake, staring right at him. And he's probably a good 20-30 yards in. He's crouched down. The bear's standing up on all fours, perfect. Probably a good foot still above him. You got to figure bears ain't that tall when they're all fours. So that person was probably hunched down. Imagine if that bear took off after him, he would have been done. But that's why I wanted to keep you guys on the video as long as I could. So at least maybe somebody could have called the cops or ambulance and be like, hey, this guy, even though it wouldn't have done no good because you guys didn't know where I was. I didn't even know where I was. I did find the camp. I remembered it being a lot further back into the woods, which it might have been, but I think maybe they built more on and spread it out longer. So maybe I found it real quickly once I went the other way. The way I knew, I was trying to go in a different way. Maybe there was a back way, a road, something. I figured there had to be a road. These kids couldn't have hiked in from where I went way up in the middle of nowhere. So I knew there was an access road somewhere. Don't know where it's at, but I did find it. It's not the camp. It's not abandoned. Sorry. I don't know if it's the camp, but it is not abandoned. So we can't go there. I'll show me that, Brad. But what else I get? Oh, I got some other cool stuff. I got like I'm into like decorating cool haunted stuff. Now you guys can't see because I got my stuff shut, but So here's what I'm gonna decorate with, and my wife keeps trying to come in here and show. We're trying to paint cabinets, and she's all like eager and like, "Oh, here, look!" And she's very impatient. She can't wait until a couple minutes until I finish this. But here's the cool thing. So I saw these. I was actually in an antique store because I was buying what are they called? Decanters, liquor decanters. Started putting my liquor in and have like a little cool liquor shelf and stuff like that. Just at least keep, when I have company over and we have drinks, put that in. And while I was there, I saw this thing. And it's an Annabelle doll. And it's these funk pop. But I heard that these are collectible, can be collectible, depending on which one. But this is an Annabelle one. So after I got the Annabelle one, I was like, if they got Annabelle, what else they got? So I started looking. They got tons of stuff. So then the next one, because I love that movie series, I bought the Nun, the demonic nun too. And then I think I was at Gettysburg and I found this guy. And I guess I don't know if the younger crowd knows, but it's some Junji Ito Suchi. It's basically like a Japanimation horror series. So these are all collectible. So I bought all these to put up on shelves, and then up above them and underneath, these are made by artists. This is an Annabelle one. I got the Nun coming. I got two of them. I got a movie poster, and then I got an artist drawn one. And I made this. Well, I didn't make it, but I painted up the whatchamacallit, the frame, and put blood splatter on it and stuff to make it look all cool. So these are either going to be here, or we got like a home theater system type thing down here. And we're thinking about decorating it like a movie theater. So we'd have like cool movie posters up and whatever else. And then what else I buy? I can't remember what else. Gimbal. Pretty. I love now. Now, were they real? Because there is a famous picture that is one of my favorite pictures of all time when they were at the Amityville house. And they're investigating it, which it's in the first Conjuring movie, the very first one. And you can see that famous picture. They show how it happened, and then they'll show it real time. But it's obviously the movie fiction, but it's the exact picture, or the exact way the kid looked. You had like, "Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, Andy?" He like white eyes. He's like looking in from a door frame, and they had a motion camera set up, and it popped the picture, caught him. Most favorite picture. I love that picture. Best picture ever. And so I love Ed and Lorraine Warren. I loved what they did. Lorraine, could she read into that type of stuff? Could she see it? Don't know. Andy, the reason I made this video, I changed it now because I didn't want to get too sad with it. But Lindsey, who comes with me and investigates, his dad's been real sick for quite some time, and he just passed this morning, afternoon time, something like that. So his dad died, and I was just telling him, wanting people to jump over to his channel, which his channel's in my links. Jump over to his channel and just, say something. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what you could say though. Losing somebody like that, like maybe just sorry to hear that. Maybe he just said to keep his dad's in my thoughts and stuff. Which even while he was sick, obviously still around. I still thought I was just thinking about him the other day, telling a story about something, and I just started thinking about his dad. So, but yeah, his dad passed. So whoever can jump over to his channel and say something. And I was just talking about the couple cool things I bought for my display back here, and I can't wait for that gimbal. Like, I am super excited about that gimbal because I've been watching them because a lot. Ain't no footer, mama. Lindsey's dad passed away this morning. So I keep saying, so I guess I'm going to be stuck on this. I'm going to have to keep saying it because some people are going to ask. So yeah, prayers for Lindsey. If you could jump over to his channel and say, sorry to hear that and stuff like that. Like I said, I hope you don't get mad for me posting this or talking about it on here so yet. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I was like, a lot of people are not going to see this during the day, so I figured, at least do it now so it's on there and it's up. And I just wanted people, I wanted him to know that more than just me care about him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm even tearing up now, even talking about it. He's a good kid. Like, he's a good kid. His dad was awesome. So yeah, I just wanted people to jump over there and say something to him, just so he knows that he's not alone. That people do care and stuff like that. So, but no, Lindsey didn't. His dad did. No, goodness. But yeah. So I'm gonna buy a couple other little cheap things. I feel like that work. I'm gonna buy some more of that EM pump. I feel like I've been having some great reactions with that. Like, I don't know if that's what's pumping. It definitely pumps out. No, this wasn't. Sorry to jump back. No, Andy, this wasn't all of a sudden. Like, his dad's been sick for a little while with cancer. He had like stage 3, stage 4. So yeah, but he didn't have it for long. Man, not even a year. It couldn't have been. Maybe since the summer is when he found out. Now, how long he had it, don't know. But he's only been sick since the summer-ish time, something like that. So, but no, yeah, he didn't pass right away. So, or like suddenly, yeah, he was sick, and we all knew it was going to happen. They brought hospice in, or they were going to bring hospice in, which today was the first day for hospice, and the first day they put him on morphine. That's what scared me, because I was like, was it the morphine that possibly did it? Who knows? I know I have had people at the hospital, my friends. I actually had my not first investigation, but at the old jail, my first big investigation like that at the old jail where we caught the shadow figure. My cousin who was with me there, Ashley, her mom died previously, like a few years before all that. Tammy, I loved her. She was one of my favorite aunts on my mom's side. But yeah, she died in the hospital after carpal tunnel surgery. Like, I think they gave her, probably the pain medicine and then the anesthesia and stuff or whatever. But yeah, back to what else. What I was wanting to talk about too is my back hurts. We've been painting cabinets, and I've only been doing it for a little bit, for a few hours. But gosh dang, I'm sore. So the EM pump and all that, something's working. Now, I do know that previous video I just posted, that place, God, I love that place, Schudecker Mansion. I freaking love that place. Now, I might be spelling it wrong, guys. When I went to the Historical Society during the summertime, June, July, I went to the Historical Society and was talking to the people that are up the road, and they're like, oh, yeah, the way they said it was weird, the Schudecker Mansion. So the way I spell it, Schudecker. Now, is it spelled that way? Hell, it might be Chew, Schudecker. It was weird how they said it, and they said they owned the Jean Benet Tavern. And I had just had somebody comment on another channel. Maybe, see, I always try to, because obviously they were people. Now, I must have, all the kids are on tablets laying in bed. Okay. I wasn't as nice. I can't say it wasn't as nice, because I was, but I was more stern with my questions, because we heard that they locked the kids up in the basement, and it was an orphanage. They turned it into an orphanage at one time, but the people that still were the original owners, the Schudeckers or something like that, it might not even been the Schudeckers. It could have been a whole other person that moved in afterwards. I don't know, but I do know they said it got turned into an orphanage. And the lady would keep the kids down in the basement that didn't listen. And that's why in the video, you'll see a whole bunch of names. Lori and not Katie, is it? Lori? Because I saw the last name. Last name was a Little. Lori Little or Kathy Little. Lori and Kathy. Kathy Little and Lori something. And then both the last names are on the walls. And I feel like after saying their names, it really made for an active night because we kept getting so much kids, so many kids, and it was always the same female sounding voice that kept talking to us. We did have a couple younger kid voices. It came to the necro. Guys, I am like, ugh, I hate saying the necro. Thank you, buddy. It was I love that place, and I couldn't believe how much we caught because it didn't seem the very first time I went there, I knew it was going to be crazy active because I'm walking around through the day and I could hear voices, like I could hear talking and whispering right behind me when I was doing the live, not the live you saw recently of me being up there. I was spooked out, but I didn't catch nothing like that. Like I did feel like cold in my legs. It was cold that day, but it was like centralized just at my leg. Maybe there was a low draft coming through. But yeah, I didn't get it like I did the first time I went there. But having said that, I don't know why. No, actually, I do know why. They were trying to fix it up. Because every time, from what I found out too, this is all late discoveries. At least I found out before the second time I went. And I found out by accident because I was only parking down the road, and the people that let me park in their parking lot told me the stories. I was like, hey, you know anything about that mansion up there? And I was just playing stupid with them a little bit. Like, you know, I didn't want them to know I sometimes go into places like that. And they started telling me the stories that they've heard from other locals around there. And other ones told me about the orphanage. And then they said that every time they get a work crew in there, they get run off, like scared shitless, and they run out. And they can never get work done. And you can tell it looks like different work has started and finished, and then somebody else picked it up. Because you can tell two different work styles. Like somebody keeps trying to fix it up. And yeah, the kids thing, I am freaked out. If I was ever at a place where it was known for kids to haunt it, and I had a kid giggle, and it was like audible to where I hear, yeah, it'd be tough. Like when we were at, man, I so wish I could get back here. Skinner's Tavern. The people, on a side note, the people that own it now, they've watched my videos like recently. They watched the ones of the place they just bought. And I don't know if they're staying up there. They're just fixing it up to maybe sell it. Man, I want to get in there so bad. But when we were up in the attic, me and Lindsey blatantly heard it was either a female or a kid. And it reminds me so much of, what was it, Nelson on Simpsons. He was like, ha ha. It's exactly what it sounded like. And we just turned the cameras off to take pictures for Instagram. And as soon as we turned them off, we hear that and we're like, what was that? And then, of course, we started rolling because we're like, we just heard a giggle and blah, blah, blah. I don't recall. You told them they could leave. Yeah, I did. I did tell them that. I didn't really say about find the light or anything like that. But I did, say if you wanted to leave, you can and stuff. You don't have to stay. Dang, cats just scared the crap. Of course, the cats see me down here, so they're gonna run amok and act all crazy down here. But yeah, I did tell them they could leave, and I even did say to the parents too, like, if you didn't do that to the kids, you don't have to stay there. I told them you don't have to stay. You don't have to stay here, but you can't come with me. But you don't have to stay here. Darn cat. God. He's like a freaking Savannah cat now. He's so freaking huge. But yeah, well, I don't think they do leave. I really don't. Maybe if it gets blessed. I've heard stories, and I've also heard stories where they've got their house blessed and it did nothing. So, I mean, I think they just choose to stay there or not. Or if they feel like nobody cares that they're there, they stay. Even if somebody asks them or just tells them, even though maybe they know it's abandoned. They know nobody lives there. So why leave? Like, that's how I figure, because, man, I don't know. I don't understand the spirit world, obviously. That's why I do this. What's that? I'm trying to read your message. Oh my God, my back hurts so bad, guys. It like really hurts right now. Like, I want to keep moving so I can make it feel better. I am. Oh, and now too, I do want to go back on saying something before I start forgetting about that. But this is going to lead into what I was going to say. Now, also, I didn't know this, but because the Necro, when I'm running live on my camera or on my phone, I can't go and use my Necro. Well, I didn't realize it, but with my Google account, because I already paid for it, old phone, I could download it, which I did. So now I got the Necro on my old phone. So now I can use that while I'm running my live. Now, having said that, the Necro app, guys, I'm still on the fence. But holy crap, how can an app, if it's fake app, how can on command, can it say my name when I ask for it? Like, can you say me or Lindsay's name? And it'll either say it said Lindsay's name before, and this is literally seconds right after asking. It's not like I ask it and then 10 minutes later it'll say it. No, it's like instantly, five, not even 5 seconds later, it will say my name or Lindsay's name. Is it real? I can't say for sure. I want to believe that it is. I mean, hate me for saying that, guys. I'm not big on apps. Believe me, I'm not big on a lot of devices, and I have a good bit. I got a lot of devices. I don't use them because people say it's real. They say it works. I try reading stuff into it before I just jump on the bandwagon and buy it. So they all make it sound good. Like I got this one. It's called a Pi. And I guess you plug it in. Now, maybe I'm not using it right, but apparently you're supposed to hear spirit communication when you can't really, like the real faint stuff that you think you hear is apparently supposed to amplify it and you can really hear it. So, but yeah, see, that's my biggest thing. Now, 100% theory. I can almost, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this in a nice way. I could almost get rid of one of my giggleberries. There we go. That's a nice way of saying it. I could almost guarantee it and offer up one of my giggleberries. You know, my twig and giggleberries, that whole thing, you know, my little gibbly bits. Offer up one of them, and I can guarantee you the voices that you hear, because I watched enough of my videos when I'm editing to know loud noises with either clapping, yelling, whatever. We have caught voices when we're making a loud noise. And I think it's the noise generating a sound wave, and they can speak on that sound. I can guarantee I've caught it enough times, just like the spirit box. I don't think they're talking through the spirit box. I think they're talking over the spirit box on that noise that's generating through the air that you hear. Those sound waves are bouncing through the air, coming into your ear. They're speaking on that, and that's how you can hear it. I guarantee it, 100%. Offer up one of my giggleberries for that, if I'm wrong. And I was watching stuff the other day and it had me so mad. Yeah, it was using what's already coming out. What do you mean? I use a lot of stuff that I know a lot of other people use. Like I was looking at the SLS camera. I believe it could work on a lot of instances, but you gotta distinguish between, just like Spirit Box and the Necro. You gotta distinguish what you think is a voice versus what's not. Yeah. Well, yeah. Definitely. But it can sometimes give you a lot of false reasons. I think it's catching something that might look like a body for the SLS because it shows stick figures. And I think it sees something that resembles a person, and it'll automatically throw a stick figure up. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, right here. And I almost feel like a lot of the time that's a false reading. It's entertaining though, you know, even though that maybe it isn't a spirit at that moment, it still makes it for a good video for you guys, you know, for anybody, even for me watching. I'm like, oh man, but it still, you know, makes you think, is it real? Is it not? But I was thinking about getting it, and I'm still might. I've been looking, so I'm gonna find out. Gettysburg Ghost Exchange, who I like dealing with a lot and buy a lot of my equipment from, they just bought a bed and breakfast, another one, and I think it's near where I live. I think, and it might not be. I think it's still, yeah, it might still be in Gettysburg. That they sell them. but I gotta wait because I bought that new bed and breakfast. They haven't been able to basically go. My back hurts. Go to the store and be able to sell, but they said they'll ship it in the mail if I buy it. So maybe I might do it. Actually, speaking of that, Shandy, hold on. Oh, where'd it go? Where's it at? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. So, here we go. Make sure. Watch Amy's Crip, and they made a SOS app for Andrew. Yeah, I saw that one, the SOS app. I started to look at it. I might check it out. But Ouija boards can be tricky because they can. It's a form of spirit communication, just like spirit boxes. Spirit boxes could even be a form of spirit communication that could turn bad. If there's a bad spirit, bad energy, you're asking it to communicate back and forth to you. You are creating connection between you and that spirit. And that spirit could attach itself if it wants to, because you're creating that door for them and that area for them to come speak, because you ask them to come speak to you, come where you are. Having said that, so, my wife's into, obviously my wife was into it. And so I made her something because she was talking about a Ouija board. She was like, talking about these cool wooden ones stuff. I was like, I could probably make one. So I made my wife this one. And it has like runes in it. And it's supposed to have protection and stuff like that. And then up here is the answers. Like no, yes, maybe, leave, or no, unsure. And then, we got the pendulum. So you're supposed to sit there and keep it as still as possible. And then ask, is there a spirit here? Can you make it swing? And it's supposed to, like, if there's really a spirit, like that thing will really start rocking. Hey, Kimberly. Hey. Like I was telling them guys, Lindsey's dad's been sick for a really long time, and his dad just passed this morning. So I was getting on here to tell people, if you're subscribed to his channel, jump over, give them some thoughts and prayers for him, and let them know people think about him. Just because, like I said, the guy feels like alone. Like he always says he's what's he say, awkward butterfly or something like that. He tries to say like he's unsocial and stuff like that, which you could tell he is. But that if he realized that he has people in his corner and good people thinking about him or whatever, it might make him break out of his shell. Like, cause I keep trying to. I'm not scared or shy, I guess you could say. So like if he did a live, like you see him when I handle my phone when I'm doing lives, so maybe me, by keep teasing him more, maybe he'll come out more and come out of his shell a little bit, which I hope so. So, he has his channel and he does real good. He has a real good eye for certain stuff. I just want him to speak more and speak to you guys. You know what I mean? Just because, you got to connect with your audience who's watching. Oh yeah, when he's with me, like I said, I get him out of his awkwardness and get him to, to do stuff. And he's starting to ask questions when we're going, and he's only there because he's doing his videos too. So he's really just there to hang out while I'm doing it, because we'll take turns. Like, if we're done within the room, he'll go film and walk around the room or whatever, or he'll wait till after I'm done, or I'll wait till after he's done. Take turns with his channel. I hope his channel takes off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. Because the poor guy has been with me from day one. And that's why I felt bad that, even though he was with me, filmed, the poor guy just joined your Facebook group. Who did, Lindsey? Oh, my Facebook group. Okay. But he won't see that one though. Oh, it's a freebie. Yeah. But yeah, he won't see the Facebook one, because that's, under mine. So you have to jump over on his channel on Caligula's Adventures, which it will be in my last video I just posted. It'll be in that link, his channel, and it's in the community, my community page. His channel's in there a couple times. So yeah, he does some really good pictures. Like, he's done a lot of really cool pictures and really cool ideas with stuff. Like, if you guys should jump over on his Instagram now. Does he have it linked? I don't know. I know they're in my earlier videos, like way earlier. Trying to remember one that I know. Dollhouse probably has his channel or his Instagram link. And maybe a couple after that. Maybe. I can't remember. I know I used to put his Instagram link in there. So if you wanted to check it out. Yes. And Caligula, yes. I think that's spelled right. I think it's Caligula from Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Caligula's Adventures. And he does. And I'm telling you what, guys, if you watch his videos, you might find something in there. Like I know 100% you'll hear voices or you might catch something because he don't quite look for it like that. He just puts up him walking around. That's it. Now, if he happens to hear it and he knows for a fact, but he's not trying to listen for it. Like I'm really listening attentive whenever I'm doing my video. Like any kind of strange noise, I stop, replay it, listen. So yeah, I love that place, Andy. God, that place is so awesome. I want to go. I'm going to try to go back again. We left earlier than what we intended to that night because we literally drove in an ice storm. And we didn't know. I knew there was supposed to be a storm. My wife checked the radar. It was supposed to stay away from us. But no, it didn't. It hit us as soon as we got there. Oh, probably. But that's because he's slamming freaking monsters and whatever bangs and all that crap the whole time. Red Bulls. That's why. But what was I saying about? I just lost my train of thought after I read that. Oh yes, you are right. Sorry, Caligula was a Roman emperor. Yes, that's right. That's what he said. I couldn't remember what he said it was, and he told me the one day because I was like, "What is Caligula?" And that's what it was. See, look at you. What did Oh no, Andy, I just now read that. Oh, but you know what? I think you did say that at one point. Oh, well, thank you, No Filter Mama. Thank you. But yeah, I think I do remember you messaging me and saying something like that. It might have been one of our lives that I was talking about Lindsey's dad for the first time, talking about him being sick. And I think you might have mentioned something. So sorry, dude, I hate it. Like I just told everybody, like if cancer was a person, I'd punch it right in the ball sack. I would. Or the other word, if it was a female. I don't know. I don't know if it's a female or male, but I would beat it up. If cancer was a female, I wouldn't be scared to punch her. And it wouldn't be wrong. I don't care. Call me mean for saying that, but I would. Yeah, so like I said, I thought it was because I remember we were talking about Star Wars with something, but I can't remember what it had to do with. I think so. I think there was still a Caligula in Star Wars. If I asked Lindsey, I'm pretty sure that's what it was too. He said there was something in there that had to do with that. But yeah, I lost all my grandparents to cancer. I had to watch my grandfather suffer. My grandmother suffered too, but I didn't get to see my grandmother as much towards the end. Just because I got older and I felt like a dick. Because I like now it's like I wish I could have gone back and just sat with her more. You know what I mean? I was going through that like 15, 16-year-old stage, friends, girls, and then afterwards it happened. It's like that's when you regret it, like always. So, but my grandfather I was around more and got to see it. It like devastated me because he was cool. Like, he wasn't my real grandfather, but he was my grandfather regardless. So I've known him ever since I was a baby. But yeah, cancer sucks. It's a shitty thing, and I think it was created. I don't want to say it's created by us, but I think part of my theory is I think it was from them doing a lot of nuke testing because there's a crazy video you should watch on YouTube. It's the map of nuclear testing throughout time or something like that. If you type something like that in, there's a video and it has a world map of every country, all flat. You can see Russia, China, all that crap. And then it'll show a blue dot for USA, red dot for China, green dot for UK. And ever since the very first atom bomb tested to the very last one set off. And it don't matter. It don't matter if it was testing or used at war, it will show it. And it's just, to see that many is so scary, especially during the Cold War. It is nonstop, like, and it's each year, each day, like it's scary. I think it's caused by that. I think it's so much saturated into our soil, our water, our atmosphere. Our atmosphere is gone. We're getting blasted by gamma rays. Those gamma rays obviously have cancer. That's why the spacesuits, they got to be designed them, because if not, they would get blasted by gamma rays in space, which causes cancer. That's a known fact. That's my theory. Oh, they do know how to cure it. They absolutely do. But why cure something when they make so much money off chemo? I've already watched tons of videos about it, like doctors coming out and saying it, that such a cash cow with chemo and all that they just milk people and milk them. Like, they know there's a low success rate. Some people do beat it if they catch it in time. And that's the other thing that pisses me off, like insurance companies. You could go in there, even if you don't have insurance. Like, there's just people that, like me, just lost their job, hit a hard patch, go in there, and all of a sudden, you say they got issues or something, like, I got weird pains back here or something, whatever. They're like, oh, well, here's some ibuprofen. Go home. And that's all they care about, instead of actually testing you. Because I've got checked. I went in the hospital because I got jumped, mugged. I don't know what you would call it. It was a whole messed up story. But a couple guys came there and I scrapped down. Like, one old lonely me scrapped down with a couple people. And I got them. It just took a second. And at first, they almost had me. But from them having me at that moment, they were kicking me in my head a lot. And from them kicking me in, that's why I have always an issue. Like, you always hear, can't breathe or something. Because I got something called like rhino area. I think that's the name of it. Rhino means front, something like that. And apparently I have a crack up here, and they think I'm having brain fluid or fluids leak into my sinus cavity, which when my sinus cavity comes out, causes sinus infections all the time. I'll get these weird drips. It's not snot, it's like water. And they say it's like sticky. It's weird. And they think it's spinal and brain fluid that cushions your brain. So that's why I get headaches all the time and all that crap. So having said that, I went to the hospital, told them. The night it happened, I went there, they didn't check. I even told them I got kicked in the head a lot. Like, they were punting my head for a minute. But the hospital's here. Yeah, I know. And that's why I liked John Hopkins or something. There was something with John Hopkins and Hershey. They really took care of him, though. They helped him at least make it to where he stayed around for a little bit. Like, I think he was bad. Like, I think it was just too far gone, and they just couldn't save him. And like I said, he was a damn good man. Like, he had me in my mind, like, thinking about how I should be, like I used to. You should always care. You should always care, about whatever you do. Don't matter whether it's a job or whatever. Put 100% into it. But also, if there's somebody there that's making you miserable, stop caring and stop allowing it to affect your day. You can only dictate your day. You shouldn't allow them the time or space to make you feel that way. And also tell them, I came into that job looking for a job. I'll leave looking for a job. And that's kind of what because if we had a person that was a turd, kind of running the place, and it made everybody miserable, and I felt like I was a target. Don't ask me why. They said I was too nice. I was too nice. I can't stand you because you're too nice. I'm like, what? Like, most people can't stand somebody because they're a dick. I'm a nice, genuine person. I don't like you because you're too nice. Well, I don't like you because you're not nice. So how about that? But he helped me out a lot, and just talking to him, like, just to hear, like, how obviously put your kids first, but he put it in perspective more, and I don't know, and that's why I heard with Lindsey, because like Lindsey knew how his dad loved him to death, like his kids, both of them. So it just sucks. God, he was such a good man. It was, and I picked Lindsey up last weekend, and we rode around to look for more abandoned places and whatnot, and yeah, I know. So yeah, they can't affect you unless you allow them. You shouldn't allow people to affect you like that. You shouldn't allow anger to ruin your whole day. Kind of just let it go. But me and him rode around, look for abandoned places and whatnot. Just hanging out. And he's usually the person that spends money. I don't like to spend money like that too much on stupid shit, stupid stuff. Sorry. And I'll buy ghost stuff or camera stuff. Like I will be willing to buy that, or pew-pews. I will definitely buy them. But like just random stuff, even though I'm a pretty boy, I like putting on nice clothes and all that. I'll wait to find deals or something. I won't go out and buy something like that's $100 sweatshirt until the other day. Because I've been looking for a certain sweatshirt. I found it, needless to say, and I took him to the outlets because he's always saying that. Like when we go to West Virginia or if we ever go to Philly and stuff, he always wants me to go to like at the mall. And I'm like, buddy, I might be driving 4 hours to get up there. We're going to investigate all night, drive 4 hours home, and I'm going to be doing all the driving. I don't think I'm stopping to go shopping in between there too, buddy. So I felt bad. So I'm like, hey, let's go up here, the outlets. We go check everything out and, go let you look at stuff. Well, lo and behold, I was the one to buy everything. And I spent a lot of money that I shouldn't have spent. But talking to him, and I was like, hopefully the summertime, your day will get better. Have them come over, for cookout stuff. Because I usually have cookouts here and, friends over and just have a good time. And it sucks now because now, freaking, I still got my old phone on. Because COVID ruined it last year, so I couldn't have him over last year. Plus, he was too sick last year. But God bless COVID to ruin everything. But what's that? What I'm just yeah. Well, just like I said, just tell him that your dad's in his prayers. Like I don't want him bombarded, but just a quick, you're with us and we're thinking about you, buddy. I just don't want him bombarded because I'm sure he don't want to have to, type all night or something like that. Even though it might take his mind off it, but we'll let him do that. Like I said, I was kind of iffy on doing this, but I had to talk about it too because, like I said, I cared about that person. I do. Like a law. Every time I see Lindsey, first thing I think about is I see his dad over there. But I'm thinking about guys doing a video of some of the stuff that I have and showing you exactly what it's like, what it does, what it can do, and just make a whole video of each item. Kind of like what I did before with like my other reviews of like camera mounts. I'll probably do one of my gimbal because I wish I would see those videos before I bought stuff so I know what doesn't work, what does work, what, everything. Just so somebody can see that. If you guys watch it and you guys buy paranormal stuff or whatever, or want to get into it, what's cheap, what works, what doesn't work, what, might work, but just like the cat balls. Cat balls are the perfect thing to buy. They're cheap. $3, $4. I forget what they are. They're cheap. They work awesome. Like, I didn't know they go off. I would expect them to go off when they roll. That sucker, like I got paint on my arm for when I was painting. I had the suckers going off and they were sitting still at Forest Haven, like, and then somewhere else. Oh, the Old City Graveyard, they were going off by themselves. Like, who would have guessed that, Spirit could use them? It's crazy. I'd like to know how they can manipulate energy, but I guess they are energy. They are energy and they are our energy. So I guess that's how it works. But I didn't want this to be long, guys. And I see it's already 54 minutes. I didn't want these to be long because nobody likes to watch 54 minutes. I wanted to make it quick. And then after everybody comment and stuff, I just wanted, fill each person in. So I just hope you don't get mad. Sorry, Lindsey, if you end up watching this. I want you to know you're not alone, buddy, and other people know what you're going through. So if you happen to watch this, this is why. I know you're not going to see me say this part because you're a teenage kid and you got an attention span of like 10-second Tom. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video like that so you guys can see some of this new stuff I get, so you see if it works and the stuff I do have. So, if you ever do want to buy it, what you think, if it would work. Might even sell my one of them because it's so big. I hate lugging it around, but my Spirit Portal box, the big radio, well, not the radio, but the Spirit speaker with the pedals is supposed to like change the sound of the voices. It does work good. Like, it's really cool. It does help you a little bit better with Spirit Box or whatever. It's just so dang big for me. If I was going to private residence or I didn't have to worry about squatters or crackheads coming in there and like holding us up, and I got a bunch of big equipment that I got to worry about. That's why I take small stuff, big book bag. I can just dip out and chop them in the face real quick and run, I probably wouldn't. I just run. You don't mess with a crackhead. They'll like chew your face off. But yeah, that's why I want to do. Like I said, if I knew about some of the devices that I got that kind of didn't work, like that pie device. Like, sorry guys, if anybody's bought this, I'm gonna show you guys now. I'm sorry if anybody's ever bought this, but I think you got duped because I did. Oh, I dropped my stuff. Hold on. My freaking dang closet here is getting to be a mess with all my ghosts on it. I mean, there's tons of stuff in there. I just got stuff scattered. All those boxes are all filled. All that stuff there is all filled the whole way across. Up top, you can't see, but there's like power packs, GoPros, and it's hard to point when you're opposite way. But anyways, so it's this thing. It says diode here, pi underneath, has a little copper thing. Maybe I'm using it wrong. For one thing, that's not even like it's like a, I don't know, flattened copper penny is what it looks like. It's just a thin piece of copper. They said it's supposed to have like a crystal in there. I kind of don't believe it. I feel like it's just they used a 3D printer barely, because like I said, I plug it in, nothing. I don't get anything. And it says that you're supposed to also, when you have a Tascam recorder, which I have one, or a Zoom H2. Sorry, I have a Zoom H2, not a Tascam. You're supposed to hear yourself talk and spirit communication. But if you have a regular recorder, you can't hear yourself talk. It's just whatever spirits come through this. Maybe I need to try it more. But I will say, guys, be careful. Maybe this works. I haven't gotten it to work yet. And I do know I go into haunted locations, so I do know I find ghosts. So I should have heard communication when I was there. I don't know. It's supposed to be a communication device. You plug it into your recorder. It's like a microphone, as you will. So just be careful of that one. That's one that I know so far doesn't work. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, so I don't want to discredit the person that makes it. Or if somebody else has it and they feel like it works, maybe I'm using it wrong. If I'm using it wrong, please tell me what I am doing wrong. But I try watching videos, and the only videos that are out there of it is the guy that made it. So, of course, you can always make it look like it works if you're the guy that created it. So, but all right, guys. Well, once my other stuff comes in, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of my cool new stuff that I got. It should be here soon. Well, the one I know is no, the one from UK might come here end of next week. I do know me and Lindsey ain't got that many places to go right now. Like, we're kind of on the hold because of the weather, COVID. We do have good places coming up, like in May. Penhurst. Boom. So I can't wait for that one. Where else? I can't remember. We had a couple good ones coming up, but we do have prospects. Some of them we just go to. Like, we don't know nothing about it. We just see it's abandoned. It looks creepy. And my biggest thing is I don't need to know that it's haunted. I go in asking and finding out if it is and why they're there, who owned it, whatever. That's the only reason why I go into places. I don't necessarily need to know they're haunted. I do have a school up near me, and it's an old school. Please have me. I love doing the interviews. You know that. I love doing them. I'm trying. My buddy he's trying to start up a podcast, and I told him, dude, I'd come on there and do it. But there is an old school near me, and my mom used to go to it. And it was an old elementary school. So I think early 1900s is when it was open. But they turned into a cool little like thrift store now, and they got awesome stuff in there. But I went in there and asked, I was like, do you have any weird stuff happen here? And they said, matter of fact, yes, we do. I was like, really? So I got all excited because I've been wanting to go here and ask them and at least see. And apparently she said she's a medium. I got her card and all that. She's a medium and stuff like that. And she's had a guy that's from my area, Brian, investigate it. That guy is the only guy that will not let me into the Capitol Theater. Why? I don't know. He runs his own paranormal thing. If I have a haunted place, I would let other investigators know because they can help. They might catch something that I didn't catch, or they might have a piece of equipment that might work better than what I have. I want to prove the paranormal. I don't want to keep it to myself and like, no, you can't investigate this place. Like, why? That's the whole point of the paranormal. We're trying to expose it and show that it's real. Don't keep it and hide it. No, the girls' camp is gone. Like, it's not gone. It's there. You can't go there. I even got yelled at when I was there. I was stuck in the snow and I was trying to move around. This guy, yeah, it should be a respectful community. But the guy saw me and yelled. And I just told him, I was like, hey, I'm lost. I'm kind of doing this. And he, like, it gave me fair warning. Like, yeah, don't be up here. Don't be up here. So I guess he was worried about break-ins and stuff. I just told him, like, dude, I'm out here just hiking around. I kind of got turned around. He was cool then. But only reason why, because I saw a little small cabin. And I opened it up because I was like, is this the Girl Scout camp? And I opened it up and I peeked in. And it just has like one of those little latches that you just lift up. I just peeked in, shut it, turn around, walk away. Well, that's what he saw me doing. So he yelled at me because he thought I was like trying to break in, like sleeping there for a while. But there was a male camp, boys one, up on the other mountain, maybe, I don't know, a mile or two. We think the story is that's where the guy with the hatchet went to, the boys one. The girls one, he bypassed. But I would have thought he went to the girls one because that's closer. Why go to one that's even further that you could miss? Maybe he stumbled. Maybe he didn't mean to go to any of them. It just happened. He was a little, like psychotic too. Like, I mean, obviously supposed to grab a hatchet from a cabin and then go up there and hack up. I think it was a staff member and a couple kids in one of the rooms. Yeah, I guess you're nuts. But the cabin or the camp that was up there was completely gone. Like, gone. Yeah, I mean, they are, Jandy, they are, but I mean, you got to figure too, these were little boys too. So, I mean, it could have been easier. And plus, if you're psychotic like that, like a killer, you probably wouldn't care, guy, girl, whatever. But that place has always been abandoned, 100% the whole time. And they tore it down probably 10 years ago. And it sucks because all my life we used to go up there and party and hang out and stuff like that. And it's always been up. The time I wanted to investigate, me and my wife were driving up there, and we get up there and we see like all the buildings leveled and they're in rubble. I'm like, are you kidding me? Finally, when I'm like able to investigate it, boop, gone. But all right, guys, it's been an hour. I didn't want to talk this long. I'm really upset that I couldn't use my freaking camera. And I do got it dialed in now. The audio is perfect. It's a little on the louder side, but I need it that way. Like, obviously, guys, that's the best way. Like, that's how I caught most of these voices. Because all the other time, I probably missed so many voices at other places because I didn't have tweaked the right thing. Now, I think I got this sucker dead on. So, I'm going to find out why I can't live stream with it. Because any other time, I think it's the cord. I don't think I have an HDMI cord, a mini one, which I'm going to have to go buy. Which I swear I had one. Anyways, all right, guys, I love you all. Let's stay scared. I'm gonna figure out something. I mean, I'm gonna ask Lindsey if he wants to go with me. I don't know when we're gonna go. I do have one place. We do have to be careful because I don't know. I'm scared. We just have to be careful at this place is all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna ask him if he wants to go. Maybe it'll help him take his mind off stuff. So maybe it'll help. But if he doesn't want to go, maybe I'll go by myself. If not, maybe I might go up to Enoch Brown again, where the Indian Native American massacre was. I don't know. I do got my one buddy that came with me to Gettysburg. I got my Gettysburg video put up too. I haven't got a chance to do that one, but I'll get you guys out there. I might do a live investigation, and I'll have everything set up, ready to go before I even click go ahead. So you guys ain't wasting. I ain't wasting all the time. You guys watching me set up. I'll have everything set up. I'll ask a few questions. I'll even have 2 areas set up and everything for, like, I'll investigate one area, stop, go to another area, stuff will already be set up where we can just go. I will. Thank you guys. And thank you if you have already, or if you're gonna, or whatever. If you say anything to Lindsey, thank you guys. Like I said, he needs it. But all right, guys, I love y'all. See y'all soon. Deuces. Stay scared. Peace.